results of national elections. We call on all political parties and candidates, as well as voters, to wait patiently for their release. It is not expected that the National Election Commission will be in a position to start to release provisional results today. We are hoping by tomorrow we can start this process. As soon as the National Election Commission is in a position to update the public, it shall release further statements. Thank you.
Polling booth due to the death of hours of this material in remote counties. So could you confirm whether any of the instances of corruption on the policing was a remote county? Thank you.
Do we have?
I'm just wondering, because yesterday I came across a few instances of people who seemed like they were registered to vote in the wrong place and then tried to use the text system that has been set up, where you send a text message to 1847. So I helped them do that, but didn't get any response. And then later I heard that that system had been overwhelmed by the number of requests it was getting. Could you tell me more about that situation? How many requests you got through the text messaging service and how many you were able to deal with in general, how it went?
Okay. Is that? You have to be. If you have a question, please come up so that we take your question.
My name is Joshua Fion, and I work for Naval as program officer. Yeah, there was a situation yesterday where when I was stationed as a national observer, and then we noticed that at one of the precincts that there were several police staff who were there, and they were actually playing dual roles. You could see that one person serving as which is an officer, I see them serving as EIO and doing some other tasks, while one person is there serving as Intel, I see them playing another role. So I don't know as to whether they were limited staff deployed or whether NEC would have observed that as the
Okay.
There were no limited staff. We deployed the exact number of personnel that were required to be at every polling place in Liberia. So there were absolutely no limited number anyway, at least not to our knowledge. Yeah, the text message using a cell phone, you are right, was one. The system was put together to assist voters exactly to avoid the reasons that occurred yesterday. Because when you, during the voter registration period, you are allowed, you register in one room in the center. And the rule here is that you vote where you register. Some people literally understood that to mean they go exactly in the same room to register. And so therefore, to avoid that, the Election Commission developed this software where the voter could just put your voter ID number and text it to 1847, and then your profile would appear and the room number would be given. Those that utilized that didn't have the problem we had yesterday. Okay, but certainly, before going to the poll, those that utilized that before going to the poll did not experience the problem we had yesterday. But it is a fact that that system got what one based on the number of requests. So what all of magistrates were doing was using the internet directly, and that worked, like for example in McGill County. And one of the problems we had was how to get this communication out. It is not very easy to do election under the circumstances in the rain, limited infrastructure, and how do you get information out in the field for pool workers to make adjustment in whatever they're doing. We couldn't get that to a lot of people yesterday. And some of the pool workers, all the pool workers were required to sit and were told to just check the index. That's all they needed to do. But a lot of pool workers were not doing that. They were going into the physical, the bar, the paper, and that led to the situation that we experienced yesterday. So indeed, it was war. And we apologize for that. Non-election materials we are not aware of any non-election materials being used at any of our precincts or polling places around the country. Except if you have further information, we will be glad to investigate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Corbett. I'm Emery Morrison.
They were in the wrong place, and that people were basically being indirectly disenfranchised by a lack of organization and by a chaotic situation caused by massive queues. So we just wanted to get an update on that, your comment on that situation.
My name is William Evansinkum. I'm representing GH1 News, Ghana. I realized that some of the electoral materials were still at the polling station, meaning that they were not returned last night. Is that the norm, or circumstances actually caused that?
Okay. What was that question again, sir?
I said I realized that some of the electoral materials, I'm talking about the ballot boxes, were still at the various some voting centers. So I want to know if that is the norm in your electoral system, or it was a circumstance that actually caused that.
Are you talking about after?
After, yeah.
Okay. Okay, he will address the three questions. So if you have questions, just come here.
Commissioner Widow will take your last question regarding your electoral materials.
Yeah, thank you. We are in the process of retrieval. We are in the process of retrieval. Following the close of the pool and after counting at the center, the record of count signature by representative political parties or the agents of political party process at the center, the record of count is placed in an envelope that we call the temporal evidence envelope and taken to the tally center, which is a magisterial office in the case of countings. That process has been done. Once the counting is completed in the center, the record of count is transferred to the magisterial area for tally. The remaining materials is retrieved to the magisterial area where necessary and to the headquarters at the warehouse of the commission. That's the process that is going on. So it's a norm. At the end of the pooling, the materials are retrieved. What is obtaining is a retrieval. What is obtaining is a bureau of retrieval. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. The question regarding the long queues, we've already admitted that our queue controllers at the various polling places were not at their best. They were supposed to direct voters to the proper line that they were assigned. From all indications, in many places, they didn't do that. They would take responsibility for that. As a result, voters were confused. Sometimes they stood on the line for some hours, I don't know, for 5 hours, but I don't know, some places they stood there for an hour or two. And when they got to the VRO, they were told that that was not the right place to be. Then they were directed to another room, and we know that there were quite a lot of frustration during that period. And we apologize for that. But the commission did all it is required to do. That is, we recruited these people. They were trained within the confines of the law of Liberia as provided by the electoral law of Liberia, and they were deployed, and they were supposed to do what they were trained to do. We recognize that they rendered very useful services, but it didn't turn out to be the best that it could have done in some cases. So we apologize for that. We're going to use this now as a lesson learned, and perhaps we'll standardize the recruitment process in the future, propose the appropriate reform regarding recruitment of poll workers. But let me say this. Those voters that remain at the station were allowed to vote, though. There were some that might have left, but those voters that remained there even up to 6 o'clock were all allowed to vote. The question regarding what happened to the politician allegedly incited the disruption at the precinct in District Number 4, Nema County, he has been referred to the police. The police is currently conducting an investigation. We have dispatched our own team, headed by our policy director, to do some investigation for our own purpose. Thank you. I would like to sincerely thank all voters for their patience and commitment to the electoral process demonstrated yesterday. The long queues and at times longer than expected processing time in polling places were unfortunate. The National Election Commission apologizes to voters for the long waiting times in some places. At the same time, I would like to acknowledge the efforts of polling staff that worked tirelessly through the day and night. There were some incidents of late opening of polling places. These, however, have not led to any major obstacles, and voters have all voted according to the law. The issues with checking names on the printed voter register were also resolved, and all registered voters that queued before 1800 hours were permitted to vote. There was also an incident at one precinct in District Number 4, Nema County. The election materials for this precinct, number 33019, containing 4 polling stations, were delivered to and signed for by Electoral Supervisor Prince Boli. But for some reason, only 3 polling places were set up and not 4 as should have been the case. Following a disruption of the voting process at the precinct, allegedly incited by a local politician, Mr. Rufus Zelli, a candidate for the House of Representatives of the Coalition for Liberia's Progress, CLP, the voting was compromised in the precinct according to the information we have received. The National Election Commission has launched an inquiry and made a decision to quarantine the materials from the precinct. Polling will be rescheduled in our precinct shortly.
And you care for the net to state as to how far the police have briefed them with regards to this particular information. Thank you.
Use the mic.
Most of the police stations yesterday have serious problems. Like from they have some people for the focus on hiding the data, the road are not there. So the serious problem there, and also we are doing the same program at the Chidema case.
Involved, certainly they will be subject to the appropriate procedure because it's the supervisor who signed for the materials is a contract employee for NEC. If the investigation points to him, they will be held, not just a candidate. The question, ma'am, about problem, let's get this clear. Let's not pretend that Liberia is an island. There will be problems in election everywhere. When you put thousands of people together to act, some people will act consistently and some people will misbehave. And when you're working with machines and other things, there certainly will be omissions that were unintended. So if, and this is typical, you find this everywhere. I think the real question is what was done to prevent or remedy those situations so as not to undermine the right of citizens to vote. We are aware that some of our poll workers were not at their best, maybe because of the crowd, maybe because of the capacity issue that we have, and we've taken note of that. And we showed also that those who were online up to 6 o'clock were given the opportunity to vote as a remedy. Time that were lost in some polling places were compensated for. That one of the things we did, just to make sure that the people had the right to vote. But that picture did not appear on the printer roll. Yes, that is possible at times. If that happens, we still take responsibility of it. We're not running from it, but what I can assure you is that it never undermined the right of anybody to vote who wanted to vote and was qualified to vote.
Okay.
It will get, we'll let you know. All right, thank you.